When it comes to suicide, our kids are some of the most vulnerable. But as you just saw, those who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender are at even greater risk.
News Center Maine's Zach Blanchard introduces us to someone who had thoughts of suicide and acted on them. And while it did not end his life, it has forever changed it.
Tucked away in the backyard of his Biddeford home,
Bring here.
Aiden Cambell
You want it?
finds peace, playing with his dogs Winnie and Olive. Peace he never thought he'd have.
Just because of all of the bullying and not feeling like I fit in and just feeling really different from everybody, well, that was really impacting me and my mental health.
That's what high school was like for Aiden, a three-sport athlete, a good student. But he struggled to find who he was in a place that wanted him to be someone else.
I was just really depressed and didn't really know where I fit in.
Eventually, he says that led him to try to take his own life by jumping from a dam.
Luckily, I wasn't hurt at all, which was just kind of a miracle. And I hadn't told anybody at first. And then at school, a few days later, I had told one of the teachers that I had trusted in the guidance office area. And she had to call my mom.
Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would ever receive that phone call.
You know, my mom had just kind of asked, like a few days later, why did I do it? What was kind of the reason?
And it's been 10 years, and it still makes me emotional.
I had just told her that I was just really sad and felt like I didn't fit in and just kind of felt like I always should have been a boy.
Aiden is transgender.
I had no idea what that meant, and the first thought that went through my head was, if they've been bullying her at school for being a lesbian, what are they going to do to her now?
His mom, Sue, said she wanted to do everything to help her son, but admits it wasn't easy. And to make things harder, there weren't resources in the state.
There just weren't a lot of people who knew anything about trans mental health or trans health care.
We hear people say, well, you know, this isn't real, it's a choice, it's a mental health illness. It isn't any of those things. No person would choose to live through the things that our transgender folks live through.
But that struggle brought them together. And now they're helping others. Sue is the executive director of the nonprofit Out Maine in Rockland, providing critical education and support to kids and families in rural parts of Maine, ultimately saving lives.
I get up every morning knowing that the work I have to do needs to be done because we can't lose another child.
Nationwide, LGBTQ suicide is reaching record levels. In Maine, 41% of LGBTQ teens seriously considered suicide in the past 12 months. That's 2,800 kids, enough to fill 58 school buses.
Maine is a mixed bag as far as what we do for mental health services and identity issues in particular.
Emily Costro is a school-based clinician with Sweetser. She works with kids where they are. And she says LGBTQ and minority students are particularly at risk. And the current political climate is having an impact.
Creates a lot of conflict. And I think that's what's one big factor that's caused more mental health issues is people decide that they don't like the same things, and that makes them feel isolated or undervalued. And that leads to not only depression and anxiety, but also some probably unsafe behaviors.
As for Aiden, he and his partner are set to get married this year. And he's now working as a licensed clinical social worker to help kids like him.
Just because those were the people who were most supportive of me in high school. And I knew I wanted to be able to give that back to other queer kids.
Help them find peace in being who they really are. In Biddeford, Zach Blanchard, News Center, Maine.